What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And as you saw, if you saw the last video, we're out here with Miss Fitt, and I'm actually going to be taking a turn and driving today. So I haven't driven the car in probably 5 years. I drove when we had the small block Ford in it. I ran a 646. It's a lot more power, a lot more torque now, so it should be interesting. We got a throttle stop on it, so we just backed it down a good bit. I'm just going to try to ease it down through there and just get a feel for it. Like I said, it's been so long anyway since I've really driven anything halfway fast, so we're just going to kind of ease into it, but it should be an interesting time. So we're just kind of going over the car, getting tire pressure set, getting the bars put down, and they're calling gas classes. I'm just going to be running exhibition today. We're not going to run with the gassers. Then that'll allow me to just kind of take my time and not be in as much of a hurry trying to run with so many other cars. So it should be pretty interesting. But yeah, we just kind of going over everything. Everything should be good from last weekend in Gulfport.
What do you want them at?
I guess probably about 6. That's where we had them at before, right?
Right, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be right. Yeah, so just getting those up and checking over the tire pressure and everything. And I took the car for a spin around the pits this morning, and everything seems good. So we just changed the oil, and like I said, you guys saw everything that we went over, and everything should be pretty good to go. So I may need you to help me buckle this.
You want a full tree, don't you?
It doesn't matter either way.
Well, you just tell me what you want and I'll give it to you.
Pro is fine.
You want a Pro?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll go after this little green Dodge then.
Okay. All right, guys, we're in the lanes for exhibition and about to make the first pass. So the deal on this one is it's going to try to get the burnout felt out. I feel like that's going to be the most difficult part, and then try to just get down through there, just real easy. So. That felt good. The throttle is so touchy on this mechanical fuel injection. I'm just trying to ease into it, and it's hard to. It wants to be all or nothing. So, but man, the power is unbelievable too. It's just God, it's such a rush. That's so awesome, man. I just gotta wait for them to come get me. So. This is our buddy Ronnie Johnson that's got the little 65 fastback, and that's his third pass ever on that car since he built it. And then our buddy Rick Johnson with his 69 fastback Mustang, both big block Ford powered. He just got down through there, so it's good to have those guys all from our hometown. And we're gonna do some videos on their stuff too soon too, because they got some cool cars, some cool hot rods. So, oh man. That was good. I think I controlled my nerves fairly well. I think I did a decent, okay burnout. So, I was a little bit late. I should have went ahead and shifted it a little sooner, I think. But
What did it say?
it felt good. I was just trying to ease into it, and whenever I first hit it, it wasn't as easy as I wanted it to be. So,
Ain't no offer, no
yeah. But once I got on down there, I rolled on into it, you know, yeah. It felt good. So,
good fun out and everything. So.
I could have shifted it sooner in the burnout, I think, you know, but I mean, I think it did all right.
42.
I did about you.
These guys right here. How's it going, Tom? You doing okay?
Going good, going good. We're just gonna try to make another one and get a little further down the track before I have to let out of it. So.
Pretty good. You did.
Yeah. We're trying not to bounce so much this time. So, but yeah, it's
Proud of you, son.
Oh, you're doing good. Yeah, me too. I just hope he gets that feeling I get when I'm in it. So.
I bet he did.
Yeah, it felt good. So.
Get some good video with Nitro Union 601 forever. Oh, I was mentally prepared to lay into it fully
And I think when it hit the wheelie bars, it unloaded the rear suspension and knocked the tires off. So I just pedaled it and tried to get it down there, but I know that first pass was pretty pitiful, and that was just because it just took me off guard. And the second pass, like I said, I knew what to expect and was mentally prepared for it, but but it just spun the tires, so that blows. But anyway, it is what it is. That was a good time, and man, that'll really get the old blood pumping there. But yeah, it's really a steep learning curve. Like I said, whenever I drove this car with a small block Ford, I remember it really kind of taking me off guard at how hard it hit. But I mean, that's probably half the horsepower it's making now. So yeah, it's like, it's just so violent and it's so touchy. It's unbelievable. So like it's really gonna take some getting used to, because I really just didn't expect it, you know. Like I said, I thought I knew it would be violent and it would be touchy, but I didn't know to what extent. And then whenever I roll back into it now, the first pass, I'm just thinking back and thinking out loud with my adrenaline going now, but the first pass, whenever I rolled back into it down track, man, it just feels like the front end gets so light on this car. It feels like the wheels are up in the air. They're not, you know. I can control it, but man, it feels so light. It's crazy. So it's really a unique sensation, and I love it. But yeah, it's gonna take me a few more to get a handle on it for sure. So I really kind of thought that first pass I'd jump out there and just kind of ease it down and get a feel for it, and then the second pass I could really just kind of lay it to it, you know. But it didn't quite work out that way. So like I said, we tried to set the wheelie bars a bit lower, just to keep the front end from coming so far up off the ground, because what I was worried about was, I don't know, I've never felt the sensation of a car carrying the front wheels and then setting them down, because I know, you know, with the straight axle they'll tend to caster shake some, you know. So I was just a little bit afraid of what way it was going to try to go, you know. But anyway, so now it's a little more predictable now. Like I said, it just knocked the tires off of it. So I think that's because we lowered the wheelie bars so low, it hit the bars hard. And my buddy Vaughn going there, it hit the bars hard and unloaded the rear suspension. So it just kind of upset it all, and it just didn't hook up. So, but it's all good. That was a blast. I think I was driving it that time around, so I was fully prepared to hold it to it that time. It knocked the fucking tires off of it. Yeah. So you think that's what it did? It just hit the bars hard, and
I thought something broke up under it.
yeah.
That's the best. Caster. Around the southeast.
This is what it's about right here, ain't it?
I got in your video.
Nah, you good?
Alright, don't get it.
This is what it's all about.
Right here, the battle cry, right here. Lane 3 and 4. Exhibition cars in lane 3 and 4.
Did you want one?
No, what's going on, man? The table.
Alright, here we go. Over wheels coming at you.
All right, guys, so we finally made it back from the weekend, and man, it was an absolute blast. And just to really kind of recap, like I said, that first pass, the plan was just to ease into the throttle and just, you know, bring it up real slow and shift it out down the track and just get a feel of it. But man, the car is so touchy and violent, that was nearly impossible for me to do. So I just ended up kind of hopping down the track. And then the second pass, we figured we lowered the wheelie bars a little bit to try to keep the front end from coming up so much. And I figured that I would just have to kind of commit to it and just hold it to it. So I was prepared to do that. So I pulled up there and, you know, was ready to go, and I was just going to just nail it and drive, you know. And it smoked the tires just like it did in Gulfport. And my immediate thought was, well, we lowered the wheelie bars too much. It hit them hard and just unloaded the rear suspension. And that may very well be part of the cause of that. But I think also we're fighting old tires. Those tires, we sat down and thought about it, you know, even after Gulfport. We had tried to order some tires before Gulfport, but we can't get them. Nobody's got them in stock right now. So we're like, well, we'll try to get through the rest of the year on these, but honestly, I think they're just cooked. You know, they sat up for a couple years, and I mean, they're like 4 or 5 years old almost now. So anyway, I think a big part of our traction issues could be the tires themselves, because we've never had traction issues with this car. It's always wanted to be a wheelie monster. You know, it just hooks up and goes, because that's the way it's designed. You know, just that's the reason they did it like that back in the 60s. Is for traction, and now we have good tracks and good tires, so it almost works as a disadvantage, really, because you're just fighting a wheelie monster. Anyway, so that's what I had. Knocked the tires off, and I backed out of it. I think I got out of it pretty quick, and jumped back in it, and then it just kind of wanted to hook to the left. It was just upset, so I just kind of eased it on down the track, and like I said, there's no point. If it did that at that time, then it's just going to keep doing that same thing. So anyway, we decided just to pack it up and come home. I definitely need some more practice to get that whole process down pat, you know, but I think I could totally do it. Instead of just putting more wear and tear on the tire and on the car, we need to get some tires, make a few suspension tweaks and stuff like that before we go back out with it. And we don't have any other races coming up right now, so we may try to do a test and tune or something like that, or we may just wait till the next race pops up, you know, and we'll see. Either I'll be behind the wheel or Dad will. But in the meantime, we want to get on some other projects. Aces High, namely, we got the altered in there that we've been talking about trying to get back together, and a few other things. You guys have been asking about my Mustang, and that's kind of a long story, but I'll update you guys on it too. And I hope you enjoyed my little journey to driving this hot rod. And we got her put back in the trailer safely. We just unloaded her whenever we got back, and you know, backed off the valves and cleaned out the fuel system and everything. So she's parked and she's ready to go again. Sorry guys, the camera battery died, but anyway, I was just during my final closing statement. But anyway, I was just saying that we got the car in the trailer and she's ready to go for next time, short of getting some new tires and making a few suspension tweaks and stuff like that. So we're gonna get all that done whenever it's time to come back out. So we've already lined up a few races for next year, so unless something else comes up before then. What do you think about the weekend?
I guess it went pretty good. What you think about it? That's the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was just
I mean, it turned out a good weekend. We didn't break nothing, but I guess kind of what I expected. I was afraid the tires were getting pretty bad, but they were worse than what I expected them to be. They shook from the get-go. We did it the week before, and we just simply didn't have time to get another set of tires in. Having trouble finding them in the first place. But anyway, I think it. I mean, you got your feet wet.
Yeah.
You know where to go from now anyway. So you got enough to process in your brain between now and next time you get in it. So.
Right, for sure. Yep.
Got it home, didn't hit nothing, didn't break nothing. So that's all I'm worried about.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna end it off for this one, and thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.